Welcome. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was released in 1974 and was directed by Tobe Hooper. It stars Marilyn Burns and is about a group of friends who travel down to an old farmhouse where they are attacked by cannibals. So I know basically everyone knows this movie, but a lot of people have never seen it, or are like, oh, it's too corny because it was made in the 70s and stuff like that. This movie holds up very well, and rewatching it again was so much fun because it is honestly such an amazing movie that's become kind of disrespected since people are like, oh, it came out in the 70s and stuff like that. And I see people saying that the remake from, I think it's 2003, is better than the original. Not true at all. That's just a bad opinion. But this movie is fantastic, and I have a lot of reasons why. Firstly, I know the acting performances aren't all the best, but Marilyn Burns is so fantastic in her role as Sally. Her being the final girl, and so much happening to her during this movie, to where we get to a point at the end where there's this big thing that happens. I won't spoil it. All I'll say is there's a laugh that she does, which is so good, and I can't speak anymore about how fantastic she is. I love her in the movie. And another thing this movie does great is its atmosphere. It sets such a creepy tone, and it really gets under your skin, these little tiny things, and you can see how they're trying to make you uncomfortable with dialogue, or with like a dude spitting, or looking at this house full of things that I can't say because it's spoilers, but there's so many just little disgusting things that happen throughout this movie that just get under your skin a little bit. I don't want to say the movie is scary, but there are terrifying sequences. I think in terms of cons, one thing that I could say is, like I said, all the acting isn't the best in the movie. I think Franklin is written pretty, I don't want to say badly, but he isn't written the best, and the acting performance isn't exactly the best. He has some weird lines throughout the movie. I was kind of glad with stuff that happened to him later on in the movie. Of course, not going into spoilers, but you could assume what probably happened to him in this movie. Of course, there's no spoilers. Tina, no spoilers. I just don't want it to get disrespected and thrown to the side because it was made in the 70s. It is fantastic. I don't want to say you'll enjoy it because there's a lot that happens in this movie that is super cringe, but them trying to be cringe with it. But I enjoyed it so much. I think it is such a great movie. I watched it with a bunch of my friends. Oh my god, I can't even... Before the pandemic. Man, that was a while ago. But they all really liked it. They did agree, though, that it has become a little bit dated. But it wasn't to any point where it's not enjoyable. So, overall, I'm going to give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a 9.5 out of 10. And I definitely recommend it. It is such a great movie. It's a classic. I mean, this movie is still banned in specific countries because at the time it was that insane. But compared to some stuff nowadays, it isn't as bad. So thank you everyone for watching this review, and be on the lookout for The Unholy, which is going to be the next review on the channel. I will be seeing it for the first time since the pandemic started. I am going to the theaters to see a horror movie. I am so excited to be able to do that. I have gotten my vaccinations and everything, so I should be good. Be on the lookout for that. But let's flash forward to the next review.